Hey guys, Tom here, I hope you're well. Here today doing a review of the Honda CB650R. This bike has been kindly lent to me by the guys over at Honda Maidstone. It's a bike you're interested in, please do give them a shout. So, good fun, little medium naked bike I would say. This bike has a couple of optional extras on it as well, this test bike. First off, we've got the tail tidy at the end, which you'll see how that works, which looks quite nice really. Yeah, looks alright, better than it hanging over. It then also comes with a quick shifter, this one does. That is an optional extra also. I think it's about 300 quid to get that, which is very good actually. Something that I would recommend having a look at. And then it also has the Akrapovic full system on here as well, so that sounds pretty good. I'll show you how that sounds in a second. So it's a 649cc inline 4. 94 brake horsepower at 12,000 RPM, and that's 63.7 Newton meters of torque at 8.5k. Seat height on this is 810 millimeters. The wet weight is 202 kilograms, and it has a 15.4 litre fuel tank. We've then got LED lights all around. At the front, we've got the Showa inverted forks, which are very good. But yeah, I like it. I think it's a good looking bike. Oh, this one has the seat cowl on it as well as an option, which I was talking to the guys at Honda, and they were saying that's actually quite a popular option to get that as well, because a lot of people are getting this as their first bike after doing their big test. And he was telling me that insurance companies, if you actually say that you're not going to be taking a pillion, then you get a reduction on your insurance, which is obviously important to people who have just passed. And also a lot of people don't really want to take a pillion on the back because it affects your weight. But I think it's a pretty good looking bike, quite aggressive looking. I like the big intakes we've got on either side at the front here, which is pretty cool. I'll start her up so you can see how she sounds. Ooh. So the screen as well at the front here. So you've got your gear indicator on the left with your RPM as well, and then you also have your mod prow there, which is good. It's a really nice screen actually. Shows up really well in the sun also, which is good. But let's start her up. This is obviously the Akrapovic exhaust, so let's get down so you can hear this. It's got quite a good sound. I'll give her a rev so you can hear. Decent sounding bike I would say with the Akrapovic on it. I've not heard the stock, so I can't compare to that unfortunately. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good first bike option once you've done your test if you're into this sort of style. Obviously without any protection at the front, you do get a lot of wind when you're up at speed. However, apart from that, it's pretty good, and the power is very usable on it as well, which I quite like. Obviously first bike you want something that you can ride, get used to, and then push a little bit, and this has all of that for you. Definitely a good fun ride. The only thing is, I'd mentioned about the quick shifter down at the bottom, that this one comes with, not as standard, as an extra. I don't know if I'd get that. If this was my first bike, I probably wouldn't go for a quick shifter, just because I'd want to get used to using the gears and using the clutch going up. However, if you've been on a 125 for a couple of years and you're used to that, then why not go with a quick shifter? So yeah, what I'll do is I'll jump back on the bike now and continue with the riding, but I'm having a pretty good time on it, I'd say. Okay, so I'm out on the CB650R. Going to be doing very much a real life test. I'm going to be out up the dual carriageway, coming back down through town, through the traffic, and then out to find some twisties at the end. Seating position on this, I am leaning quite forward. My feet are underneath me a bit, but it's not excessive. This also comes with the quick shifter. Not as standard, but this option has the quick shifter on it, which is a 300 quid option I believe. Yeah, I think for 300 quid an option of a quick shifter going up is definitely one to take. So heading up the hill there, obviously quite a bit of wind when you're up to speed because there's not wind protection up at the front, but the engine really does respond very well and it sounds very nice with this option of the Akrapovic exhaust. I can very comfortably get my feet down on this. There's no problem at all. I've got good legs bent, feet down. I'm 6 foot. I've got an inside leg measurement of 33 inches and I weigh a little over 90 kilos. Okay, let's check out the acceleration again with that quick shifter. I mean, 300 quid for a quick shifter, that's pretty good, I think, and it feels good, the quick shifter. There's not a problem with it at all. Definitely, if you're looking at getting this bike, I would say get the quick shifter without doubt, because they're lovely. Unless this is your first bike. If this is your very first bike after doing your direct access, I'd probably recommend not doing it, just because it's good to get used to doing the gears properly. Okay, seemed very good on the dual carriageway there. Up to speed, no problem at all. Handled well, felt stable. The only thing is obviously wind protection at the front. You haven't got any, so you're going to get blasted a bit with the wind, but apart from that, absolutely superb. Let's take her through town and see if I get some opportunity to see how she filters as well. Brakes seem okay, not super powerful brakes, but completely usable in real life. The engine braking is a little bit weak, but that's not a problem. Okay, so the display on the screen, it's a really nice colour LCD screen. Really quite like it actually, really easy to see in the sun because we've got quite a sunny day today. Yeah, no problems there at all. You have your gear indicator in the centre with your revs, and then you've got your speed quite clearly as well. The mirrors are very good, well positioned, good size, no problems at all. Okay, let's get out of town and on some of the twisties. Definitely a lot of usable power there. Absolutely lovely day for a test ride. I'm actually finding it very difficult to find any faults with this bike. The quick shifter works well. I have had 2 false neutrals with it, going from first to second. However, I'm pretty sure that was down to me using it with the revs quite low. I'll tell you what, there's a question for you guys. Should somebody who's getting this as a first bike, or someone who's getting a first bike in general, get something with a quick shifter? Is that something that you think is good for a new rider? See, for me, I kind of feel that, you know, it's worthwhile not doing that and getting something with normal gearing so that you get used to using the clutch more. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Yeah, it does well at speed. Very stable, very easy to ride, not scary. The throttle isn't twitchy or anything. I'm really quite liking this. What I will do is we'll head back down through town, hopefully get a chance to check out the filtering a bit more, because I didn't really get to check that earlier on. No problems though, I can't foresee any issues filtering with this at all. The bike isn't wide, the weight is well positioned on it as well. I forgot to mention in my walk around, by the way, this bike is available in a few different colours, obviously. This is the silver. I believe there's a blue, red and black option also. I think I'd probably go for red actually. And not bad for filtering. You're in quite a good position for this. You're not upright, you are bent forward, but you know, not excessively, so you can still sort of sit up and look over the tops of cars quite easy. Yeah, absolutely fine filtering. And with the exhaust as well, people are hearing you quite well, I think. The bass reverberates off the cars around, which is good. I think one of the keys to filtering and being comfortable filtering on a bike is having a decent exhaust which works well. Quiet exhaust for filtering, I do not like them. Doesn't need to be excessively loud, just the sound that can travel a bit and people will pick up on. Traffic is not good today, is it? So, concluding thoughts on the bike as I'm taking it back. Yeah, really good solid option this as a first bike option if it's something that you're looking at, which I think a lot of people probably would. Even though it seems, you know, I think it's good for a fun weekend bike as well. It doesn't have to be your first bike. I think the handling is really good. You are leaning forward a bit, so you are putting weight onto your hands, but you know, if you just remind yourself to thank you. I think if you just remind yourself to hold yourself on the tank, then there's no problems there. Yeah, it's got a lot of usable power, this bike, which I think is nice. A lot of bikes with the really high horsepower and high torque, you just don't know if you're going to use it all really on UK roads, whereas something like this, you could use it pretty much 80%. Yeah, very good, solid bike. If you like the video, please do remember to hit the like button, comment, maybe subscribe for my future content. If this is a bike you're interested in, then please do have a chat with the guys at Maidstone Honda who have been kind to lend me this bike. And I will catch you in the next one. Cheers!